Okay, looks like we have a live stream. And I've got lots and lots and lots of good news. Looks like there's a couple of people watching. And hey, Ronan, how you doing, man? Or woman? I'm don't really remember. I'm sorry, I never asked. So, first things first. You should be seeing on your screen what I put on Rumble earlier. If you haven't watched it yet, I recommend you go do it. We're going to start seeing more and more of these. Also, if somebody can give me a sound check, I'd appreciate it. All the digits say that I am doing okay, but I'm now getting messages from YouTube saying YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. So, as it's clearly disclaimed in the video or the stream, I'm reporting from the woods. So, that's all we're going to put right there, and I'm going to say thank you for it, and I'm literally going to close it right now so I don't violate any YouTube crap. All right, so, hey, next thing. Somebody sent this to me earlier. You guys are going to love this. I mean, absolutely 100% love this. So, this came out an hour ago. Manchin tells associates he's considering leaving the Democratic Party, and he has an exit plan. If you know anything about this guy, and I had a conversation inside our Wire chat group, which we're going to talk about here in a second too. But the initial comment to me was like, wow, that's amazing. Ha, I'm a dude. Sounds so good. Ronan, I'm glad you're a dude. Truly, I am, because it's kind of a cool name. Ronan. You know, everybody knows what a Ronan is, right? If not, Google that shit. All right, so here's the key thing about Manchin. Everybody thinks, there's a lot of people who thinks that because he's a Democrat, that he's just throwing threats out there. No, that's not it. This guy has done exactly what he said he's going to do every single time. He's always been the key swing vote, him and another Democrat who it's kind of more left of centrists. But he's always stood his ground. The guy has incredible moral character. So basically what's happened is he is holding up their big $3.5 trillion and $1.7 trillion Green New Deal camouflage spending plan. And he's flat out told them, we're going to do a few things to this, and you're going to take some of that crap out of there. Otherwise, I am not going to buy it. I'm not coming in on it. I'm not going to do it. And that has got a lot of people's attention. This guy is literally, by his own hand, stopping this whole green agenda. And it's awesome. It's awesome. So he's literally telling you, I'm going to leave the Democrat Party. So what's this mean? Well, here's what it means. Let me see if I can find it right down here. So if he did decide to do this, he told associates that he has... Where are we at here? I want to try this highlight thing. There we go. All right. He told associates that he has a two-step plan for exiting the party. First, he would send a letter to Senator Chuck Schumer, the top Senate Democrat, removing himself from the Democratic leadership of the Senate. He's the vice chair of the Senate's Policy on Communications Committee. Manchin hopes that would send a signal. He would then wait and see if that move had an impact on negotiations. Now, we all know it won't. We all know it won't have an impact on negotiations. How? Because their policy is to double down every single time, no matter what it is, and just keep lying until people believe the lie. So, after about a week, he said he would change his voter registration from Democrat to independent. Now, what's the significance of this? It's actually huge. He's not actually... It's huge, and here's why. If he does this, if he leaves the Democratic Party and he becomes an independent, he still holds his same position of power, you know, to be able to sway the vote, or to still be that swing voter. But more importantly, that's one less vote that now the Democrats don't have, making the Republican Party the leaders of the Senate. Literally taking over the Senate. This is absolutely huge. We have to all hope that he does this. We really, really do. Because this will change the game for the rest of the administration. Now, it looks like my video is degrading because I am in the middle of nowhere and everybody is coming home and trying to use their cell phones to stream Netflix and porno. But we're going to press on here, so the video may get a little squashy. Maybe it looks like I'm transmitting from a satellite phone or something. But the audio should be fine, and then it should eventually catch up. Okay, so that is absolutely 100% huge, and I wanted to lead with that. Okay, so here's the next thing. I wanted to talk about this kind of briefly. And here's why. Don't run away. We're not going to watch the whole video, but I want your attention for 10 seconds.
Meet Wire, the world's most secure collaboration platform. Breaches, cyber attacks, and data espionage.
What I want you to get from that is that we have an international Wire chat room that is already set up, and it's really not getting used a lot. It's there. People are kind of talking. We all know how this works. People want to talk, and they don't want to wait for a guy to make a YouTube video. And, you know, they want to answer. But here's the thing. You got to put out. You got to take that leap. You got to Google Wire app. You got to download it. You got to create a profile. And this all sounds so hard to do. And then the drones will start to circle. No, none of that will happen. We've been using it for years with an RMAG. It's not an issue. So please, if you want to be part of the group, and I'm going to keep pushing this until we get enough people so we can actually start having conversations. Okay, so we're going to get off of that. I'm really going to close that. Okay, so check this out. I kind of stumbled across this. I've been thinking about it for a while, but I wasn't really sure exactly how to go about it. So back in, I think it was either March or July, somebody hinted that Fauci may be in control of like Madeira or some shit like that. And so obviously the left came out, they went nuts, and they started sliding all over the place and saying, well, he's not on the board of directors and that has to be publicly announced, and yeah, well, you're wrong. And so here's the question. Does Fauci have stock in Madeira? Does he have stock in J&J? Those are real questions. And you know what? You can't find any answers to that on the internet anywhere. Anywhere at all. Because one, that shit is probably either wiped, or two, he just refuses to tell anybody. I don't think he's ever been asked the question. So, as usual, you've got the fact checkers. Reuters was the first one to come out with it. And he's not part of Pfizer, is their claim. They say he made a couple of comments on some documents, and then they point me to this article, which mysteriously this morning existed but no longer exists. It basically says that there was a gentleman who ran the entire program before Fauci, and he mysteriously disappeared from the internet. But you know what? I think I found him. Oh, what is this? We might have to come back to this. Let's see if it's actually not loading for some reason. Load. Give me that in here. Fauci says he wouldn't be surprised if COVID vaccine require 3 shots for full regime instead of 2. That's interesting. Back in September, he's saying this stuff. Okay. Well, let's loosen that tinfoil hat up, and let's go to. Oh, has anybody ever heard of this guy? Monsef Siloui, I hope I'm saying that right. He's a Moroccan-born Belgian-American researcher who served as the head of Operation Warp Speed under President Trump. Saint-Louis is the former head of the vaccines department at GlaxoSmithKline. Huh, GlaxoSmithKline? Who is that? I've never heard of these people. That's interesting. Oh, and mysteriously back in March, where are we at? He's accused of sexual... Hold on a second. Let me click on that. He's accused... He was fired from the board of directors back in March. Okay, so first he ran Operation Warp Speed, and then he got let go by the Biden administration, obviously in January or February. So he went back to working for Glasgow. Was it GlaxoSmithKline, okay? So he gets, then mysteriously, for some crazy reason, he's the guy who used to work for the president, who ran the program, Operation Warp Speed. So he gets hired back on to Glasgow, and then for some reason, there's sexual harassment allegations. And they say there's facts, but no one seems to know anything about these supposed facts. All right, so the real question here that comes from this, it's actually twofold. One, does Fauci have stock? My bet is yes. I think one day that's actually going to come out, and it's going to be a bombshell. It's going to be an absolute bombshell. Man, my frames per second are dropping at the cyclic. Unbelievable. There's another vaccine out there that was approved, or not approved, but it was given an emergency authorization by the FDA. Where are we at here? Let's see. Yeah, all these things are changing. Where are we at here? Okay. This is not the right. The sites are all gone. That's amazing. I was literally looking at these sites today. They're gone. All right. Okay. So, check this out. I'm uploading a video today. I've uploaded it. I've set it up. It's scheduled to go out. It'll go out on Friday. And I look down at my studio board. It's a piece of YouTube that developers have, and it says that I have 1 like on the video, and that's not possible. I mean, I could go in and like it myself, but I hadn't done that. I'm sorry, I can't see my chat. People have been typing. Major Ken, start getting screen grabs. Where are we at here? Think you actually leave the Democrat caucus tonight? That would be great, Ronan. That would be great. And I'm sorry, guys. I got distracted. I started looking at all my digital stuff that are on. It's on my screen over there, and versus what I was reading over here, and I got all discombobulated and missed you out here. Yeah, Major Ken, that doesn't matter because it all comes back. I've got another piece of software that says there's 8 people in here, and I've got another piece that says there's 3 in there. There's a lot of latency issues in streaming with YouTube, and even if you have high-speed internet, the data is always going to be different. I could look at a live feed, like as if I were watching somebody, and it would say there were certain amounts, but then I could look at my YouTube studio dashboard, and it would say there's actually less amounts in there. So something's not talking. It looks like, yeah, my shit's about to go out. It's all right. I can see it, guys. I know. I'm just going to keep talking. You just stay on, and I'll just keep talking. Okay. But, yeah, I find it very difficult to believe that I'm that important. So, anyway, so I had a couple other things queued up here. Let me see if I can find them. That's not it. Where are we at here? That's not it. I got links that just disappeared. It was so weird. Do analytics. That's a pop-out chat. That's not it. Well, son of a bitch. Okay. All right. Well, I tell you what. Let's do this then. Since, yeah, it's getting pretty stupid. I'm going to close all these windows out just so I can... We're not trying to update everything all at once. And let's hit the old Twitter sphere. Because there's two things in Twitter that I wanted to show you. Because I know a lot of you don't actually look at Twitter. And that's cool. So I feel like I should be I guess I can do it for you. Let's see here. Awesome. Where are we at here? Oh, these are just comments and whatever. Mentions. No, that's not it. That's not what I wanted. I wanted that right there. All right, where are we at here? You know, by the way, a drone attack. A report of drone attack at U.S. base in Tarif, Syria. Inside paper says. Where are we at here? And this happened like, I don't know, probably less than an hour ago, supposedly. This is 2 minutes ago, and that is not. That's over Israel. That's different. Okay, according to reports, U.S. base Tarif was attacked late Wednesday night by drones in Syria. Multiple sources claim that the American base Tarif was targeted with a single suicide drone. CENTCOM official told Sky News Arabia initial assessments suggest that Iran had targeted Tarif, and investigations are still underway. There's no fucking way they know that. Come on. Oh, it must have been Iran. Hey, listen, I think that there's some really bad people in Iran, and they're extremely radical, and death to America is a real thing. But if the report happened, if it happened less than an hour ago, and people are reporting on it like almost real time, don't sit there and scream it's Iran. Say it's unknown at this time. You look like a fucking idiot when you do that shit. Okay, so the next thing, where are we at here? We're not going to talk about that. If you guys are not following IM on Twitter, he's Ian MSC. You really need to do it, okay? Because the guy is dropping data like it's cool about the thing. Here's one of the things I wanted to show you. Let me make this bigger, and we'll make it easier for you. So if you didn't know, so basically last week there was a employee of Netflix who tried to use the Netflix internal communication system. It's basically a chat program and emails to try to organize a walkout over Dave Chappelle and his little thing. If you haven't seen Dave Chappelle's stuff, his new stuff on Netflix, you are missing out. The guy is incredibly intelligent as well as funny. So this happened about an hour ago. It's so much fun.
Why's he breaking my sign? Why is he breaking my sign? Why are you breaking my sign?
See that signs in the background? Black Lives Matter.
He's got a weapon! He's got a weapon!
You see that shit? You see that shit? They rip his sign off the pole, and then they scream, he's got a weapon. This is the mentality of these people. They are mentally broken. Let's continue.
He's got a weapon! Oh, do you want me to drop my weapon?
Yes.
Okay.
And leave.
There's my weapon. I'm not destructing anything.
We're trying not to have any.
I'm just here to say that jokes are funny, people. Dave Chappelle is a funny guy.
And you see how they try to drown him out? Like that noise is actually going to drown out somebody's voice. That's insane. Looking at the chat.
I love Dave. I don't know why all the violence. I don't know
Nope,
why all the
3 people here.
I just love Dave.
4 people now, smartass. There you go. There. Look at that. Look at that. The analytics are always completely off on these live stream guys. Now, there's definitely not 100 people in here, but I've got another piece of software that I can't move. It says that there's 8. So.
My sign, I need my poster board.
I need my sign back. I love how this guy acts just as stupid.